Indominus Rex is super intelligent, wild, and brutal. The Indoraptor is a terrifying, sadistic beast who enjoyed playing with its victim before killing them. The Mutodon can fly, and the Scorpios Rex can shoot poisonous quills that take down animals as big as the Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus is not just a jack giraffe. It's actually double the height with like 10 times the muscle. So taking it down is not an easy thing. So all of these hybrids are terrifyingly strong. But which one is the strongest? Now, just a caveat. All the dinosaurs in Jurassic World are technically hybrids because gaps in their DNA were filled with genes from other animals. But for this video, we are counting the dinosaurs that were specifically designed with external DNA to enhance certain characteristics. So let's start. At the bottom of the list is the Mutodon. They are a mixture of Velociraptors and Pteranodon, but they didn't get the best of both worlds. They're mostly mid. The Mutodon's superpower is that it can fly, but it can't fly as well as a pterosaur. It's very clumsy. Velociraptor DNA made these hybrids into exceptionally calculating and fearless, but the poor genetic stability caused them to die out. That's why I rank them at the bottom. They're stronger than the raptor, but they're less intelligent. They also fly worse than the pterosaur, and survive worse than either the raptor and pterosaur. They win by ambushing their victims, which is smart. They also use pack tactics, which makes them even more dangerous. Their biggest weakness is that they just don't have the strength for a one-strike kill against other hybrids. This makes them vulnerable during a fight. A hybrid like the Scorpios Rex can knock out a Mutodon, or even a whole pack with its poison quills from 20 feet away. In fourth place are the Scorpios Rex and the D-Rex. Yes, it's a tie. D-Rex fans are gonna be mad, but I have a pretty good reason for this. Scorpios Rex is a mixture of Carnotaurus, Velociraptor, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Deinosuchus, tree frog, pit viper, and scorpionfish DNA. The Scorpios is brutal, aggressive, and psychopathic. And like the Indominus Rex, it also has infrared vision, which allows it to hunt in the dark by detecting the body temperature of its prey. For fights, this hybrid has deadly venom and the signature sickle claws on its inner toes that the Velociraptor is known for. With it, it can slice open both the enemy and inanimate objects that stand in its way. It can kill many other dinosaurs easily, but not Blue. Blue holds the record with fights against dangerous hybrids. Losing the fight to Blue proves that the Scorpios, despite its poison quills, cannot win against smarter dinosaurs. It can kill the idiots all day, put it up against a thinking component, and it's toast. This is a big deal because intelligence is the most overpowered trait in nature. Woolly mammoths were literally 1,000 times bigger than us, and we still hunted them to extinction just because we were smarter. And we didn't even have guns back then, just spears. Whales are even bigger, and yet we killed so many of them that we had to invent conservation laws to stop ourselves from wiping them out completely. So there is no way on earth a dumber dinosaur is gonna beat a smarter one. Intelligence is just too overpowered. That brings us to the Distortus Rex. It's bigger and slightly smarter than the Scorpios Rex, so why are they tied? Unlike Indominus and Indoraptor, which were carefully molded into weapons, Distortus Rex was the result of completely reckless genetic tampering. It was built on T-Rex as base DNA, but its whole size and mass is huge compared to any other dinosaur in the franchise. It has 6 limbs, a pair of hind legs, and 4 arms, a pair of large pillar-like ones, and a pair of small ones resembling an elongated version of the arms that regular Tyrannosauruses have. So yes, this hybrid shouldn't exist. It's a mutated beast with tumors all over its bones and muscles. It has worse breathing problems than the pug, another genetic abomination. This thing is in constant pain. We see it literally crying in some scenes simply because it can't handle the pain of existing. Now, the D-Rex is still extremely huge. It's the largest hybrid in the franchise. It is smarter than the Scorpios Rex, but it's dumber than the other hybrids like the Indominus and the Indoraptor. If the D-Rex could just exist without constant pain, it would make short work of the Scorpios Rex because it's the smarter hybrid. But the pain from all its failed genetic mutations cancels out its intelligence advantage against the Scorpios Rex because you can't think straight when every part of your body hurts. That puts it at a massive disadvantage. So, despite its enormous size and strength, the D-Rex simply has no chance in hell against actually smart hybrids like the Indoraptor and the Indominus. But why do I believe it's even with the Scorpios Rex? It's all the deformities and the pain they cause. Against a smarter opponent, the poor coordination from all the pain and the lack of strategy would cost it dearly. But against the Scorpios, it wouldn't matter. The D-Rex would go straight for the Scorpios and kill it with one bite. But the poison quills. The Scorpios would launch as many as it can before the D-Rex gets to it. Even with thick armor, enough of those quills are gonna be be a problem. And if one of them gets into that wide open mouth, it's game over. So D-Rex versus Scorpius Rex would be a mutual kill. The Scorpius will get crushed, no question. But the D-Rex would get poisoned in the process and die shortly after. It's really the best outcome. Up next, we have the super intelligent hybrids. First up is the incredible Indoraptor. The Indoraptor was built as a weapon from Indominus Rex and Velociraptor DNA. It can attack on command through visual and audio frequencies. But Indoraptor was a prototype, an incomplete one. It lacked personality traits like empathy, as well as the ability to follow orders. The Indoraptor, like the Indominus Rex, has a sadistic type of intelligence. It enjoys not only hunting, but also tormenting its prey before killing it. Its key power is its intelligence. It can solve problems, open doors, and lay traps by pretending to be dead. But unlike Indominus, the Indoraptor endured deliberate mistreatment throughout its life, which made it even more psychopathic and in need of revenge. The Indoraptor is Dr. Wu's only hybrid dinosaur that hasn't killed any dinosaurs, although he has killed many humans. By killing Wheatley, Indoraptor became the first villain in the franchise who's confirmed to kill another villain. The Indoraptor is also the only hybrid dinosaur in the canon of which only a single specimen has ever been created or existed. In a fight against Mutodon and Scorpius, the Indoraptor would likely win easily because it's both smarter and stronger, unless it was outnumbered. Then these hybrids would have a chance. But against D-Rex? That would be a challenge. The D-Rex is bigger and stronger than the Indoraptor and might deal some damage, but the Indoraptor would still come out ahead because of its superior speed, superior coordination, and above all, superior intelligence. Intelligence is insanely overpowered, and the D-Rex would be the dumber one in the fight, so it's really hard for it to come out ahead. Blue is pretty small, but she consistently beats bigger and deadlier dinosaurs simply because she's smarter than them. And finally, we have Indominus Rex, a hybrid that was engineered for Jurassic World Park, but also as a potential highly intelligent military asset. And it failed miserably. But it didn't fail because it was a mutated monster like the D-Rex. The Indominus' failure was in its ability to follow orders. It simply couldn't be controlled, so as a military asset, total failure. But as a standalone dinosaur, it's an absolute beast. The Tyrannosaurus Rex DNA was used as the base genome for the Indominus Rex. It gave it an incredibly strong bite force that could crush bulletproof glass. Velociraptor DNA was added to boost intelligence. Then, Giganotosaurus DNA was added to increase size and strength. Then, Deinosuchus DNA was used to form those crocodilian teeth. Therizinosaurus DNA added the presence of long forelimbs with strong, slashing claws. Cuttlefish genes were intended to help the Indominus withstand an accelerated growth, but they also added chromatophore cells in the skin, which allowed it to change the shape, color, and texture of its skin like a cuttlefish, so now it has biological camo. Tree frog DNA was added for the Indominus to adapt to the tropical climate of Isla Nublar, but it instead added the ability for the animal to remove its thermal signature, which confused most of the heat-based infrared cameras. Lastly, pit viper snake DNA added special cavities in the skull that allowed the Indominus to detect infrared waves, so it can sense the heat coming from prey in dark areas. This thing is a heat-seeking missile on legs, an absolute terror. It can sense anything, fight anything, kill anything, and sneak up on anything while simultaneously making it undetectable. The Indominus is the angel of death for any dinosaur dumber than it. In a fight against powerful hybrids, this beast would win one-on-one battles. Against D-Rex, the battle of the two enormous hybrids would be legendary. Indominus would probably use its camouflage abilities and would then surprise the enemy, attacking out of nowhere. The D-Rex would put up a fight, obviously, and it may drag on for a while, but the Indominus will still win thanks to superior intelligence and the fact that it's not in constant pain like that poor mutant. In a fight against the Indoraptor, the Indominus would struggle a little. They both share high intelligence, so the Indominus can't rely on its biggest advantage. It would have to lean on its superior size and strength. The Indoraptor will be aware of this and try to compensate, so the fight might almost be a coin flip, but because their IQ is largely on the same level, size and strength are gonna win the day. That's why I would put my money on the Indominus. Because this hybrid kills anything. Ankylosaurus is the first in the movies that is easily taken care of. It also fought the T-Rex and would have won if Blue hadn't intervened and helped the T-Rex. I mean, Blue's ability to consistently beat significantly stronger hybrids just proves the tremendous power of intelligence and plot armor. For the end, let's mention one often forgotten hybrid, Stegoceratops. While the games officially list Triceratops as a base for this heavily armored hybrid, it was actually based on Nasutoceratops with additional DNA from a beetle, a snake, and probably from the owl, as many fans speculate. Stegoceratops was originally planned to appear in the movies, but it never did. It is only seen on one of the computer monitors inside the Hammond Creation Lab. It's a unique hybrid, worthy to be mentioned. Against these hybrids, it would hardly have a chance. Maybe it would fight well against Scorpio's Rex or Mutodon. And who knows, maybe even win. But when it's up against the likes of the D-Rex, the Indoraptor, and the Indominus, there is only one thing it can do: run. And that's my dino ranking. If you enjoyed this video, check out this one and find out about the ultimate hybrid dinosaur, our forbidden side experiment.